young, it's the life. Once again, it's the life.
Well, you're definitely seeing a lot of success right now. Like recently, the co-sign from Nicki Diamonds.
Yeah, that's
I know
dope.
that. Yeah, I know that to be
That's
big.
yeah.
You know, in the streetwear world, like he's pretty big. The brand's big. Your brand is blowing up. I mean, how does it feel? Just dealing with the success. How have you been dealing with it?
Uh, Pretty normal. I'm still grounded. I still do the same things, which is like hang out with my family, hang out with my friends, my brothers who are part of this company. Eat dinners. I'm very simple. Um, that happened. I feel like things alter in life for better things to happen. And when I first started, I dealt with rejection a lot. Stores was just like no, no, no. And so in my mind, I was just like, what do I have to do to prove a point? So that made me like go back to the drawing board and just like keep like trying harder and make something like of meaning and because of that rejection, I could have that cosign from like those type of people that I admire because you know that passion that you have to prove a point that your vision is right. So because of that, things like that. And I also have a good relationship with Jeff Staple, somebody who else I admire too. And I get that cosign off of my designs. Like I come back home with confirmation I'm doing the right thing. So that is a priceless feeling.
Like we've been talking, like just the success you're seeing, just a great brand that you have overall. Man, I mean, I found out that you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 25, and I'm just thinking about if I was in your seat, I don't know if I could handle that. Like, how does it feel being, so I won't call you young, but you're young for this business.
Yeah.
To be, a boss at 20 years old. Like, what does that feel like?
It feels good. People mention that all the time, but I was always like that young kid doing things like I always wanted to do what the older crowd was doing. Like, for example, just a small example. When I was 16, my girlfriend was 22. Like so. She's probably gonna see this, but she's a good friend of mine. But that like, I had an older brother who's it's a 10-year difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to just be around him and his friends, and like that gave me aspect of like 80s music, early 90s music, and the culture of like Jordans, like on his era, it was way different. How he explains to me how it is now,
Yeah.
and things like that. Like, he used to have posters of like Mike Tyson. That like replays in my mind now. Like so I felt like my brother always kept me ahead. Just my family overall, just we mature fast.
So Anthony, let's let the people know a little bit more about you personally. Outside of doing the fashion thing, like what are some of your hobbies?
My hobbies. I'm a very simple guy. I like playing basketball. Nothing too crazy. No specific hobbies, like I don't collect baseball cards or anything like that. Just the normal 20-year-old stuff. I like watching Martin. Things like that. So yeah, nothing. Yeah, I don't really have too many hobbies. I left that all in my childhood. Yeah.
Well, being from a city like New Orleans, we definitely known for our foods down here. So, what are some of your favorite food spots to go and just get a good meal?
Yeah. I'm gonna say protocol all day. As far as the burgers go, that's just like that's key. And it gives you that culture where it's just like a 2x2 room, and you get in a good meal. I think it's called the Shake Shack, where they sell the briskets.
I heard of it.
Yeah, that's I love that place too. Everything else. Oh, I like Rum House. Magazine Street. I love Magazine Street. Oh man, all them restaurants on Magazine. Yeah. I feel like all those restaurants like Rum House. It's a Caribbean joint. Baru, which is a Colombian restaurant. I'm also half Colombian, so I always stay on Magazine when it comes to like dinners. So.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Magazine.
Yeah, I love that place.
Well, this question right here is something I'm trying to do with a lot of my interviews.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self,
Mm.
what would be one thing you would tell your younger self?
Be patient. Be a little bit more patient because everything's about timing. Like I'm 20 right now, so when I first started 17 or 18, I was just so hungry just to get on, and I was just doing like dumb moves, like in my mind, excuse me, like I feel like New Orleans, I don't have nobody to go to be like, what do I do now? Because nobody really blew up in the clothing, so everything I was teaching myself.
Yeah.
So when I first started, in my mind, to blow up was getting a rapper or artist to wear your gear, and then you're just like suddenly a millionaire. So that's how I was like, portraying it as. But things like that caught me around the wrong type of people, wrong crowds, and that's just like. But I had a wake up call, just me maturing, and as I matured, so did the brand. I no longer chase like any artist. I'm all about making quality garments, putting that energy into like tags and the story and things like that. And I felt like people appreciate that more instead of they'll see like their favorite artist wearing it and then let me hop on this quick trend. But no, I want it to be timeless. I want it to last. So I would tell myself be patient because like if you're not patient, you're just gonna get your hand burnt. And you're gonna learn your lesson. So I learned my lesson. Now I just let things happen. Yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years now, so hopefully I'm on the right path.
Man, you definitely on the right path.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you for just sitting down
Nah,
with us
man,
today,
I appreciate
man.
you coming by. Thank you, man. It was hopefully we'll link up soon.
Oh yeah, we got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. City too small for us not to.
I'm sorry?
Said the city too small for us not to.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm always here. Come by,
Yeah.
You know where we at, right? In the Bat Cave.
Yeah.